Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Baldur's Gate 2, The Shadows of Amn, Enhanced Edition. And no, I am not British, but I just think it sounds a lot better than the American way. Enhanced. The Enhanced Edition. Natural male enhancement. So, I'm affecting the British style for this episode, so there you go. So, the first episode of actual gameplay was fun, but I noticed I didn't really go into my people and who they are and what they're good at. So for those of you who've played the game many times, who understand the concepts, you might want to skip this video. But for those of you who are new to it or just watching and are unfamiliar with overall D&D concepts and this particular game and the characters, let me go into it. So first we have Marcus Aurelius. He is a cavalier, which is a kit for the paladin class. Now a paladin, you can think of a paladin as a holy warrior or a warrior of God. A paladin, by rule, has to be lawful good in their alignment, with one exception, which is the blackguard evil paladin, who is probably evil. I'm not sure if it's lawful evil or chaotic evil, but a paladin is a fighter that's not quite as good as a straight fighter, but makes up for that by having healing abilities and also some anti-undead, anti-evil abilities. You can detect evil, you can smite undead, things like that, or turn undead, actually. And so a paladin is generally a good leader choice because they, by requirement, have to have high charisma, and that helps you with merchants' prices in this game. There's some in other games, I'm not sure if in this one, but in more recent D&D based games, there are charisma checks when you're trying to convince somebody of something, and so your charisma plays into whether or not they believe you or not. So with Marcus here, I wanted to start him off with flails and shields, and then move on to two-handed weapons later, because one of the best weapons in the game is the two-handed sword for paladins. However, I messed that up, and I already gave him the two-handed sword proficiency and the two-handed weapon proficiency. So what I'm doing in the meantime is I'm using a shield without a proficiency, and since this particular kit, the cavalier kit, doesn't allow ranged weapons, I used axes for throwing axes, which for some reason are able to be used even if ranged weapons are not. And so since any kind of axe is okay with the proficiency type, I'm using a battle axe right now as a hand weapon. Now I know there are dwarf NPCs, especially for an evil party, so there must be good axes in this game somewhere. I've personally never used any, but hopefully I'll find some. And then I'll just give the flail. There's this really good flail you get somewhere early in the game, and I'll give it to Shakira, or maybe another party member that I'm going to be adding soon later. So the last thing I want to say about Marcus is that as a cavalier, what that does is it gives him a +3 bonus to hit and damage rolls against all fiendish and draconic creatures, so demons and dragons. That will help a lot for some of the big battles later on in the game. He may cast Remove Fear 1 time per day per level, which is also very useful. And here's what I really picked up this kit for. It is immune to Charm, Fear, Poison, and Morale Failure. So any spells that would cause you to lose control of your character, well, not all of them, but many of them, are not going to have any effect on Marcus. He's always going to be ready to go. And then Morale Failure. Poison is really good too, because poison is one of the most dangerous effects in these games, and he doesn't even have to worry about it. Finally, he gets a 20% resistance to fire and acid, which is also great. And the only disadvantage of this kit over a traditional paladin is you cannot use missile weapons, but again, that's alright because we have throwing axes. Anything else worth stating? As you can see from the stats, I maxed out his strength, which I took a little bit lower rolls than I would have normally wanted, and that my wisdom intelligence paid for that, but mostly constitution. What I would have really liked is 18, 18, 18, 18, which I could have easily got with another 30 minutes or so of trying, but my strength wouldn't have been as high, so I said, you know what, it's very rare, let's just go with this. Next we have Imoen. Imoen is the main character's sister, adopted sister. Well, as you find out later, you're actually legitimate siblings, but as the case may be, and not in the sense that, well, as the whole point of this game is the sons and daughters of the god of murder are running around trying to kill each other, you understand kind of the situation. They're brother and sister in the sense that they both are children of the god of murder, but not like in the sense that they grew up together. Well, they did grow up together. I don't even know what I'm saying. The point is, if you have a brother or a sister, that is a more traditional relationship than what this character has with Marcus, which is they grew up together thinking that they were not actually related, but they were like step siblings, and as we discover, they actually share a divine parentage. So yeah, there you go. She's neutral good, so still good, but what that means is basically she doesn't care if it's lawful or not lawful. She just wants to do good. Her stats are okay. 18 dexterity is great. She started off life as a thief, but in this game she's dual classed into a thief mage. So she's a mage level 8, a thief level 2. What dual class basically means is you start off as one class, and then you can stop gaining benefits of that class and go to a new class. Now, unfortunately, you lose all the benefits of your original class until such a time as you surpass it with your second class. So in this case, she has all of her thief skills and her mage skills because she beat her thief level of 7 with her mage level of 8. And I believe she will continue to improve in mage level, but she will not, as far as I am aware, improve in thief level, which is a problem because she's probably going to be the best thief that I have in this entire campaign. Pretty good charisma too, really high intelligence, which is great for being a mage. I mean, she actually has pretty decent stats except for strength. I'm generally going to use her as a mage and thief and in the back with a ranged weapon when I'm not casting spells. She's just a standard mage. The typical rules apply. No armor, only certain weapons, and generally lower health than a frontline fighter character. And she is... No, that's not what I want. Well, you can pause the screen and read her character biography if you'd like to do so. Here we go. She is currently proficient in short swords, daggers, quarterstaffs, short bows, and darts. I'm going to give her a short bow and a short sword eventually, or a dagger, whichever one has the highest ranking at the time. I might consider using her to throw darts, but I think a short bow is probably a better choice for this instance. Next we have Minsk. Minsk is the personality of the party. He has Boo, his little miniature giant space hamster, who talks to him, apparently. Minsk is strong, not as strong as Marcus, but still very strong. Actually, he's not as good as Marcus in pretty much any area whatsoever. Minsk is inherently skilled in two-handed weapons. Two-handed sword and two-weapon style. No kidding. I think that means he can wield 2 weapons at once, which is pretty cool, actually. Longbow and mace. He is a ranger, so rangers get to pick a racial enemy, some kind of enemy that they will do extra damage to. In this case, Minsk has picked a vampire. And that's very useful in this game. As you will see, there's quite a bit of vampires running around, so not a bad thing to have. Minsk is a barbarian warrior from the Far East, from a country called Rashomon, and in the previous game he had a witch that he was guarding. So if you're familiar with, say, the Robert Jordan books, in this instance it's kind of like the warders who follow the Aes Sedai. There's a female mage who has a male warrior protecting them. Only in the first game, well, in between the first game and the second game, his witch, Dynahair, apparently was killed. And he knows this, so he feels very bad about that, obviously. And he's chaotic good, so he runs the full gamut. We have Marcus as lawful good, Imoen is neutral good, and Minsk is chaotic good, which means that he generally is not lawful. He's totally cool with breaking laws. He just wants to do good no matter what. Chaotic good's a very popular class for people because it allows you to still be good while pretty much doing whatever it is you want. Here is his biography, if you would like to pause the screen and read it. Then we have, finally, Jahira. Jahira is multi-class fighter druid. As an elf, well, she's a half-elf actually, she can do that. Humans can only dual class, but a multi-class basically means that she's both at once, and she increases in level slower than normal, but when she does increase in level, she increases in level in both. Well, so, I mean, I guess she can increase in one at a different time than the other, but right now they're pretty equal. Like, it'll be easier for her, looking at this, to get to druid level 7, or druid level 8, than it would be to fighter level 7. So she is a druid fighter. So that's actually quite useful because a druid has healing spells and some other really cool druid spells, but a pure druid kind of is not that valuable. But she can also be used as, I'm going to use her in this LP as a tank. She's going to be the one taking the hits because she can use a shield and she has good stats for that, good constitution. And so we're going to arm her up and she is going to, along with Marcus, tank it out. She's also a good healer. So right now we have 3 potential healers so far. Marcus, when he gains more levels of Paladin, will also gain cleric spells. So not only will he have his kit ability of laying on hands, which is a quick healing spell, but he also has clerical healing spells. She's basically a cleric, and the druid is basically a cleric with some more animalistic type stuff. Minsk, as a ranger, will get some cleric spells as he gets to high enough levels. And so we're going to have plenty of healing in this party, definitely. Now, she is good at scimitars, wakazishis, and ninjatos, and because that's pretty much unique from everybody else in my party, that's the kind of weapon that I'm going to give her. Even though she's technically better at a club, I'll give her another plus in that if I can. Her ranged weapon of choice is a sling, which is fine. I'm not going to be doing a lot of slinging with her anyway. She's going to be mostly a frontline fighter, but probably a scimitar and shield is going to be where I end up with her. Occasionally a club and shield if I find a really awesome club, but I truly don't think there are. So that's that. Yeah, the character can use the abilities of a fighter and a druid. Yeah, everybody gets that. Okay, here's her biography. She has a husband named Khalid that we are currently looking for. He is not with us, but we're hoping to find him somewhere in this dungeon that we are currently living in. So that's my party. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to go to spells, because I haven't done that yet. And we got to memorize some spells for these guys. Shakira has clerical spells, and Imoen has mage spells. So first of all, you can never have too much healing. What is this? This is Doom. Entangle. Entangle. Alright, I'm going to change that up. Healing is good. Armor of Faith is good. Bless is good. Maybe another healing. And Detect Evil. Well, Marcus can do that. That's fine. Level 2, Charm Person or Mammal. Okay, that's useful. And Barkskin is not that useful because she's going to be wearing armor. So, let's see what else we have. Resist Fire and Cold. Okay. Slow Poison. Definitely want that in case anybody gets poisoned. No alignment. Meh. Good Berry. They heal a little bit. Flame Blade. Find Traps. That's sort of useful. Alright. And hopefully I'll be able to plan ahead, and if I'm going to need this spell, I can just rest up and memorize it. I'm going to go with another Slow Poison for right now. And back to here. It's a charm spell. No saving throw. Okay. And another heal. Alright, so that's Shakira. Now Imoen is a mage, so we want mage spells. Armor, okay. Chromatic Orb, okay. And Magic Missile, whom everybody knows about. It's probably the best known wizard spell of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm going to go with offense for her. Identify, not that useful right now. Another Chromatic Orb, another Magic Missile. And for this, Webbing is really a messy spell. Acid Arrow is a good spell. Mirror Image is a protection spell, kind of. Stinking Cloud, again, messy. Good, but situational. We're going to go with 3 arrows for right now. Oh, she has 3rd level spells. Didn't even know that. Lightning Bolt, yeah, it sounds like fun. Fireball sounds like fun, but really we just want haste. That actually helps our party in battle. These are excellent spells in the right situations, but I'm more partial to Fireball, but in this dungeon I think it's better to have haste. A random selection of 3 HD monsters. Okay, we'll go with that. Oh my gosh, we have a lot more spells than I had thought. Stone Skin. Minor Globe Invulnerability. Those that she's learned. Improved Invisibility. That's a good one. Fire shield and fire shield. Okay, 5 maybe? No, we don't. Okay, so we don't have any level 5. Let's go back to Shakira. Make sure I didn't miss anything with her. Probably did. Okay. Call lightning. Actually, I like that spell a lot. Cure disease. That's pretty good. Cure medium wounds is always great. What's this one I have? Hold animal? No. Cure medium wounds. Spell magic is a good spell to have, though. Hold animal. Invisibility purge. All of these are good. Summon insects. That's yeah, I'm gonna take that over the lightning bolts. Strength of 1. So I am no expert, especially when it comes to spell selection. I am kind of reading through some guides to try to pick spells that at least the writer of the guide thinks are valuable. But if you're watching this and you know a lot about this game, or you know what spells are most valuable, by all means leave comments and let me know what you think is useful. Level 4, I think Cure Serious Wounds. We'll stick with that. Can't go wrong with curing wounds. Okay, and the rest, you just click the little... I'm not sure if it's an eyelash closed or if it's the bottom of a sun, but you rest in what looks like beautiful environments, and 8 hours go by.
I hand it to you. You sure have some kind of courage to sleep in this place. I would have run screaming 1,000 times over if you weren't here.
It's not courage so much as it's stupidity, because we are escaping from a prison where there is currently a huge battle going on between our captor and these random individuals that we know nothing about, and yet we just plop down for 8 hours. Heck, by the time I exit this dungeon, we'll probably be in here for like a week. So, obviously no haste in escaping the dungeon. But it's a silly game mechanic, but it's a mechanic that we need, otherwise we'd be getting killed all the time. I know what you mean. This place worries me too. Does it? Then I feel better. I figured I didn't deal with this as well as you. We're alike because of Wherein, but I prefer being in the background. Perhaps, though I remember you not hesitating to step up front when needed. Well, when people are in danger, sure. Winthrop taught me how to get out of trouble, but Wherein always said there are times when it's worth getting into it. Well, right now we're in danger, and I guess we should work on getting out. Let's go. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to spend a second more in this place than I have to. My head still hurts, and I keep seeing things in corners and such. We won't be able to just walk away, you know. The guy that captured us, he knows about you. He said something about potential, something about great power. Marcus Aurelius, say we won't look back. I don't care if he can tap the power or access whatever avatar stuff. We've got to get away from all this death. I have no intention of looking back. Our host has proven his evil intent. Means a lot to hear that. I can't stand all these shadows. And I can't stand all this exposition. Come on, let's get moving here. One thing, thank you all for telling me, Minsk was naked, and we're going to fix that. Okay, now he has his two-handed sword, he has his armor, and he has Boo. Boo scuttles away as you try to grab him. Yeah, well, so be it. Alright, another thing that I learned from...
Where Minsk goes, evil stands aside.
Just a regular sword, I think I don't need that. Is you can actually shut off this machine, so we're going to do so, because why not? I think you just have to click it twice. Or not.
You're not gonna keep me here.
That's not right.
Okay.
Go for the eyes, Boo. Go for the eyes.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay, the lightning machine stops once you have flicked the switch. And we are done. Hooray, 2,000 experience, just like that. I like to think of my own life as being like a game like this, and it's like, got up in the morning, earned 50 experience, you know, got in the car, 25 experience. But, you know. Alright. This looks like a nice little hallway to go down. Uh-oh. Goblins, the quintessential easy enemy of D&D. Well, I guess not maybe so easy if you're level 1. But my friends here have quite a few levels. I guess I could show you some magic. Like, for example, she can insect swarm this guy. You can see that. M1 probably shouldn't be in the front.
I shall not yield to you.
Yeah, I'm way out of practice. You can see I'm not a tactical master at this point. Let's throw a chromatic orb at him. Boom! Oh, come on. Really, guys? Help her out. There we go. M1, let's check and see what they've left. Some gold and a halberd. Gold and a halberd. Or, actually, is that an... Oh, I don't care what it is. I don't want it. Okay. Arrows, however, are always useful.
Consider it done.
Alright. I've considered it done. Actually, I'm taking the bow, because I don't know if Minsk has a bow. He does not. Now he does. And let's give him the arrows too while we're at it. Oh, and I have a mod that puts all the arrows together. Normally I think you can only have 20 arrows in a bundle, but in this mod you can just stockpile arrows to your heart's content. So that's good. Put them in the quiver. No, sword. And Jahira needs a sling. We don't have one for her yet. Imoen needs a short bow. We don't have one yet. And that's where we're at. Okay, wonderful. We have a door. Okay, interesting.
I know this room. I've been in here. We both have. There are things in these tanks. They used to be people.
Soylent Green is people! What kind of monster is this guy? Captures us easy as pie, kills whoever he wants. That could have been us in those glass things. We'll get him back, Imoen. We'll make him pay for all of this. We don't even know where we are, and my head is still doing funny things. He said something. Something about potential. Foreshadowing. He said something like releasing power within you so it could be used. But if it means taking part in horrible things, I don't like this place. Can we go? Imoen is okay with stealing, but she's not a big fan of horrible things. The creature within this tube seems to be alive, albeit barely. The cells that power the tube are lifeless. You'll need to find newer power cells to revive the creature. Oh. Oh, wow. This guy was tough. This is reminding me that I should save the game more often. I am very out of practice. Oh, my goodness. Come on. Come on.
All right, all right.
A dangerous mistake. A dangerous mistake.
Stop critically missing. Alright. And like I said, we need to save this game here. How about LP2? Okay, so let's look around.
Jump on my sword while you can, evil. I won't be as gentle.
Oh, no, you will not. Alright, so we have something down here. A barrel. Yikes.
I will do my best.
No problem at all.
Don't run away. We were just getting acquainted. Alright, so you know that we have a lot of healing spells. Let's use them. And... okay, that's turn undead. Don't want that. I don't know what that is. I guess we don't have lay on hands yet?
I await your need.
Interesting. And don't worry, I will I will get better at this as time goes by. It's just, again, a little out of practice. It's been a while. Let's use the big plus on Marcus. And one more little plus on Imoen, and we should be good to go. Alright, what's in here? It's locked.
Ready and willing.
Imoen, will you please see to
You
this?
can count on me.
Hooray. There are a lot of traps in this game. I should be definitely looking for them. I've been lucky so far.
Very well.
Okay, same thing. Need power cells. Unpowered. Unpowered. The fluid in this device churns in bubbles. Creature's dead. Need power cells. Creature's dead. Creature's dead. Lifeless remains of a strange creature consisting of a central orb and numerous eye stalks. Sounds like a beholder. Okay, needs power cells. Okay, so we need power cells, but as far as I could tell, there aren't any in here. So, okay. Moving along. Actually, let's get back in here for a second, and let's do some resty. 16 hours. So we've currently been in here for at least 24 hours, and whatever time it's taken to move around. Let's save again. I'm sure there's a auto or a quick save super key. Okay. Oh, oh, a method. Kill it.
For the fallen!
That's not right.
Wow, we are not
Dangerous
particularly effective right now. Come on.
Got you good.
There we go. Hey, 420 experience. Alright, another shield might be useful. What's this? Warhammer, I think. Scimitar, longsword. Now might be a good time to use that identification spell that I don't have yet. Okay. Okay. What's your deal? Master, is it you? You have given me no eyes, and I cannot see you. What are you, and what is your purpose? I am a servant born of the Master's magic. He has designed me to clean the sewers and feed the Guardian. What is the Guardian? He feeds on the filth and remains of the prisoners. It is not time to perform my duties. Then I must return to my rest. Okay. Oh, there's something over there. And it's locked. This time, let's be smart. Let's detect traps.
This way, then?
This way. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. I'm guessing no traps. And I'm correct. Alright, so that's this room. So we still haven't found the device that powers those thingamabobs. And we have a golem here who cleans sewers for a living. So a plumber golem, I guess. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've learned a bit more about our team. We've progressed ever so slightly through this dungeon, and in the next episode, we will progress even further. So thank you so much for watching. As I said, I'm a little out of practice, so please, by all means, leave comments in the comments section to let me know if I'm missing anything or doing anything stupid, which I'm sure I am quite a bit. Thank you for trudging through at the beginning part of this. I'm sure it will get better with time. Have a good one.